Well, welcome to week 2 of the semester. Again, thanks for being interested in this course, and hopefully we're off to a good start. I'm going to go through what we're going to do this week, and let me change my screen. All right. So in week 1, we did some nuts and bolts. You should be diving into the semester project description and making sure you're looking at the different questions that might be of interest to you. There's the questions. These are, strongly suggested questions, or you can modify them, or you may even want to go off script a bit. But I do want it to be sport science focused, and so the semester project assignment for this week will flush out the type of questions that you're possibly interested in. So this week, you've got 2 papers to read, and remember, this is our textbook, is reading the literature. And these are still sort of broad pictures of sports science. I'm trying to get a sense of what is this area? What are we doing? How do different people view what sports science is? How is it organized? How do you work within a particular organization, and so forth? I also have a sports science introduction that's more broad than what I did in week 1. That's more broad in terms of describing sports science in general. And then finally, I've got some information about finding literature, reading literature, and critically evaluating literature. So this is the actual assignment for week 2 with the different videos. Here's the introduction. The literature search, this is just a way that you go about trying to find primary source information and secondary source information. But for your semester project, you're going to ultimately lean on primary sources. And a primary source is simply a paper that describes that the authors of the paper describe an experiment that they conducted. It's not a literature review, it's not a systematic review, not a meta-analysis. It's an actual experiment that they conducted. So it's an empirical-based paper. And I go through trying to find different papers. I go through how to read a paper. And I go through how to critically evaluate and review a paper. And I do have some notes for this lecture in particular. If you've taken another class with me, like Biomechanics of Endurance Performance or Physiology of Endurance Performance, these are the same lectures. And these lectures are all about research-based courses. It's about understanding the literature that's out there, and you as a student are starting to really dive into the literature that's in your area of interest. Okay, and again, 2 papers to read for this week. These are papers about sports science and sort of giving that perspective of what sports scientists do, what their roles are in different organizations, and so forth. And I'll update the Watch Me First video once I'm done here. So the assignments are, you're going to turn in this assignment for your assignment 2, and then for your semester project assignment, you are going to identify 3 questions that you find interesting from the list of questions, or if you want to modify or go off script a bit. And I'll look at these questions, and these are just exploration. You're not locked into a question at this point. But what I want you to do is find a web page or an article from a general source, not a peer-reviewed paper, not the information I just went over in the other lectures. This is anecdotal information. These are stories. These are podcasts, word on the street type information, advertisements, whatever it is. But what I want you to do is explore the different questions and then write down or copy and paste a link for a title or a link or something that I can just see, what do you see? What are you searching? ESPN, Runner's World, whatever it is. And what I'm hoping to do is as you start searching for information about each of these questions, you may find yourself drawn to one of these questions, and you might do a little deeper search on one of them, or one of them you're like, oh, I really don't want to find anything for that one. That's fine. Cross that question off. You don't want to do that one. You want to find a question that you find an interest in. All right, and so just a way to try to gauge that interest is starting to look for material related to the question. So again, no right or wrong. Upload this for your semester project 2 assignment, and then and you're not locked into the questions. You may change your question even from the 3 listed. So, but this is a way to start exploring questions that you want to have for your semester project. Okay, I think that's my overview for the week. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you in the web live sections.